Michigan great Braylon Edwards and, of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go! Friday show, November 1st, 2024. Ermanni
I got candy, man.
Oh, yeah. Trick or treat,
Oh,
trick
candy.
or treat. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe to Woodward Sports. Tell a friend about Woodward Sports. We are having a ball this football season. Braylon Edwards will be along momentarily. But first, Tom Azaway, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Hey, brother. Happy Halloween, everyone. It's my favorite holiday. Happy All Saints Day today. Wonderful time. And who brought the candy in for the Big D? Kenny, who brought the candy in for Big D Energy? Steve Lehman from the chat.
Steve-O.
Thanks for the candy, man. I mean, we got a little bit. Kenny G's, he guards it like government cheese, but it's
Damn
okay.
right. You ain't getting my stash.
We got the candy. How was your night last night?
It was great. You know, in KG and Pete Spivak, good afternoon to you.
afternoon,
and of course,
Ryan.
Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you. You know, part of the thing about Halloween, you know, I got two little ones, 1, 9, 1, 7. And they get so much joy out of this. And thank you to all the people that put the lights on and pass out candy.
Hell yeah.
Without the people passing out the candy, there is no Halloween. And it takes effort. If you don't have kids, if you're just in the neighborhood partaking, whatever the case may be, good stuff, man. It's just a good, wholesome holiday out there.
I went trick-or-treating in Birmingham with my little niece and nephews. So I wasn't at home, but we leave a bucket out for people.
we same for us.
Yeah,
we had the light on and a bucket out.
Yeah, you hope that the one kid don't take everything.
And they didn't.
They didn't. I still had a little bit left.
Absolutely. Braylon Edwards in the 17 Edwards jersey.
That's an Adams jersey.
That's an Edwards jersey.
That's an Adams jersey.
Always be number 7.
That's a who jersey?
Braylon Edwards, but now you loaned it to Devontae Adams.
I go with that.
Did he call?
Hey, you know what? He doesn't have to call. A different type of receiver in terms of what he's done in his career. Good. You know what? We've been celebrating the Lions so much this year. Haven't had time to celebrate because there's been nothing to celebrate in New York.
Just misery.
Last night, Garrett Wilson gets in the end zone twice, and then number 17 himself, Devontae Adams, gets in the end zone.
We told you.
We told you.
We told you.
Ryan Ermanni, you called it like judge, and I have to say.
Tom Masberry called. I was telling Tom before the
both
show.
Both of you guys were on it.
I would love to know Maz's record when he is as adamant as he was yesterday about a Devontae Adams
92% of
I
that.
said 70 to be fair, but I think it's closer to probably 80 or 90%.
Thanks, fellas.
When he's adamant like that, there's nobody better.
Let me ask you, man, watching the game, now it was fun.
Yeah.
The 2 catches, obviously we'll get into the one-hand catch by Garrett Wilson.
I mean, Corley almost blew the damn game.
I saw today he was plus 9,000 for a first-time touchdown score. Can you imagine if you had – so if you bet 100, you win 9,000 on first touchdown scorer for Corley.
When are these guys going to learn? Just hold the ball, man.
Yeah,
then drop it.
That's who I actually drafted when I went to the down and drafted for the
New York
remember.
Jets.
It was Corley who I drafted, but
he's going to be good.
Where are you now with the Jets? Is this one game against the Texans who are banged up and beat up and they're not the same Texans going into the season? Or is this going to be the catch as you see it? Good job by Pete. Is this going to be the catch that saves their year?
I believe that saves their year for now. I looked at Aaron Rodgers yesterday. He looked like Aaron Rodgers. He was running. He was running with reckless abandon, actually. Remember that one play he got down to the 5-yard line, ran for a first down. He slammed the ball down. It was called back for a holding penalty. Then he hits Garrett Wilson with the one-hand catch. And we'll talk about that catch, too. But, no, I see there's a fire in Aaron Rodgers' belly. There is. Now, look, they're a freaking dumpster fire. They are. But they beat a pretty good team. They beat a playoff team. They beat a team that was undermanned, obviously. They lost a guy on the offensive line yesterday. I forgot who it was, but he's out for the year now. They're down 2 receivers. Joe Mixon looked good, over 100 yards for him. But the Jets finally look like a team that you thought they were going to be. And they should have won that game with ease if it wasn't for the Corley drop at the beginning. That's a 14-point turnaround right there. They go to up 7-0, they're down 7-0. So 14 points, they still win it going away. I believe that they'll still make, with the AFC the way it is, they'll still make a playoff run.
You mentioned the Jets absolutely saved their season last night because 2-7 you're done. 3-6 with your next 3 at Arizona, home against the Colts, home against the Seahawks. You could absolutely win 4 in a row, including last night, get your record back to even, and then in the final month and a half of the season, it's anybody's season. I thought obviously Garrett Wilson looked like he has a pulse again last night. Devontae Adams. Look, they haven't worked together in 2 years, 2+ years. That was the second game last night. 6 catches for Devontae, including an end zone shot.
With a concussion, probably.
With a concussion, with or without a concussion. But that was an important win for them. And I think the NFL needs the Jets to be good, or at least is rooting for the Jets to be good. They're on national television again. Every show is always talking about the Jets, no matter if they're good or if they're bad. So I hope they're good. I hope they make a little bit of a run in the AFC. I'd love to see it.
I think one of the big things too is when you bring in Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson clearly has become the number 1 wide receiver for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, and you don't see him having that success early on. You're like, you know what? It's going to cause some friction. It's not going to be a good relationship. All it actually does is going to get better because Devontae Adams wants to work with Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's a big fan of Devontae, but also it's the competition level, Ryan. Like when you see a guy come in, you want to make sure you're on your P's and Q's because you want to raise your game to the level that you think, or maybe that this individual is that you think. So last night it was a re-coming out party for the Offensive Player of the Year in 2022. Garrett Wilson, 2 touchdowns, including a miraculous, not miraculous, but an amazing catch.
That was as good as it gets.
Yeah.
That catch.
It was. And Maz was talking about it beforehand, where obviously anytime there's a one-hand catch, instantaneous what comes up is the Odell Beckham catch. I don't think it was near the Odell Beckham catch, but it was a damn good catch.
If you look at the AFC and where it stands right now, just taking a look at the playoff standings, who are the Jets going to be competing against when it's all said and done? The Jets are going to be competing with the Cincinnati Bengals, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Ain't that something? That they're all mediocre.
And if you told me, I would say the Chargers have the upper hand right now. Especially they're 4-3 this week, but they could absolutely lose to the Browns this week. I mean, the Chargers, I love the Chargers. Obviously, I love the Chargers. But that team is as inept offensively as you will see. They do not have any playmakers on offense. That's a really tough go. When the NFL, if you don't have playmakers on offense, it's hard to win in that league.
Yep.
I don't care how good your defense is. It always catches up to you.
You're talking about they lost 3 individuals. Last year, Austin Eckler was, there you go, here's your boy. Austin Eckler was 19 touchdowns. The year before that, he was 20. Both times he led the NFL. You look at Keenan Allen, who had the best receiver, best year that he ever had. Last year, he had 13 touchdowns. And then Mike Williams, whenever healthy, he provided 9 to 10 touchdowns. All 3 of those guys are gone. It's hard to replace that type of touchdowns. You're talking about on average between the 3 of them on any given year, 30 touchdowns, give or take. It's tough to replace that. And Quentin Johnson is just not
Dobbins.
the guy. Dobbins, they're okay. They're trying to figure it out. Jim wants to implement the running game, and that's what they're trying to do this year. And they'll get some wide receivers and some weapons in the offseason.
The
AFC's weak.
It absolutely is. And I'm not even sure it's so top heavy. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a great point,
It feels
Braylon.
weak.
It feels
The
like
Steelers have 6 wins. I can't believe it.
there's only a handful of good teams in the NFL, and everybody else is either very mediocre or very bad.
This is true. We were talking about this. We're talking about like player development. You're looking where the game gets on the collegiate level. It starts in college. Like I feel like there's no teaching going on. Everybody's doing those skill drills for their position, whether it's wide receiver, whether it's defensive end, whether it's offensive lineman. They master those. But they don't pay attention to learning the finite rules of the game, how to play the game, the nuances, learning an offense and learning how to be one with the team. You don't get that. You get a lot of individualism, so it leads to a lot of coaches and a lot of bad play. That's what you're getting at this level.
No doubt about it, guys. All right, so speaking of the NFL, it brings us to the game of the week in football.
No doubt.
I think something like 96% of the country is going to get a chance to see
How cool.
the Lions and the Packers. Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi will have the call. 4:25 kickoff on Fox.
America's game of the week.
It absolutely is. Couple of injuries for the Lions. Josh Paschal out. That is absolutely huge. Malcolm Rodriguez is also out. Dan Campbell spoke about that earlier today.
No, there's not. He'll be out. All right, he and Malcolm will both be out. But no, nothing long-term, which is great news, and we're hopeful we'll get him back.
All right, so there's Dan Campbell saying who is out. Also, when you look at the other side of things, the Lions have been just absolutely embarrassing teams. Xavier McKinney of the Packers, he does not want to get embarrassed by Detroit. He does not think they're going to get embarrassed by Detroit. Here's what he had to say. Take a look at the Packers side of things, Xavier McKinney.
In my opinion, I think they try to embarrass people. And I think, this organization and the players we have in here, they don't really take that, lightly. And we know, that's what they're going to come here and try to do. So, our job is to, like I said, again, make sure that we're on our keys and make sure that, everybody has disciplined eyes and still, going out there and playing fast. But we know that's the game that they like to get into. And so for us, we just got to, do what we do, and we'll be all right. It's a big game for us. Obviously, they got a really good team. We got a really good team. And, this is for, that number one spot. So it's going to be a big game, and we understand that. We know, what comes behind this game. So, we just preparing, man. We getting ready.
Are the Lions the bullies on the block these days?
They are.
It seemed like.
Ain't that something? Being a punching bag for 70 years.
And they, by the way, they haven't won anything yet.
No.
They haven't won an NFC championship.
No.
They haven't won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nope. Everyone has got it out for them now. We all said that. Teams are going to be looking at it. Now you got a Packers team that's used to being in the playoffs, used to going to championship games. And then you got the Lions. Who are these guys? They beat us 2 times in a row here at Lambeau Field. They're going to come in with their all whites again. We're going to play them at Lambeau. They want to beat the Lions so bad, this team. They want to take control. You don't think Matt LaFleur is reminding them, look what we did to them on Thanksgiving in their own building. We got them here at Lambeau. This is a very winnable game for us. I'm talking about if I'm Matt LaFleur. The Lions are the bad boy. They are not liked. And when you put 50 up against the Cowboys and follow it up with 50 against the Titans, put up 30 against the Vikings, all of a sudden people start looking at you like, all right, these guys want to play that game? They want to put receivers? They want to put an offensive lineman as receivers? They want a trick play? All right, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go, Manolo.
This is a very important game for the Green Bay Packers, and I'll tell you why. As of now, they can still find an excuse in why the Detroit Lions are kings of the North. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, it was the end of his career. We had to get our quarterback going, Jordan Love. Once we got him going, look what happened last year when we played the Detroit Lions. We blew them out or we beat them up. If they win this game, they can say, we just had a quick reset. We truly are still kings of the North. We're not worried about the Lions. But they get beat yet again at home, and they're one of the teams in the league that can go back and forth with the Lions. If they lose, I think it destroys their mental as it relates to this division, as it relates to this rivalry. This is a very important game for Matt LaFleur's, his team, and the Green Bay Packers as it relates to this division and the rivalry. If they lose that game, now they have to realize, damn, Detroit really is the kings of the North, and now we're chasing them. Right now they're like, well, we had Aaron. It was the end. We got Jordan. We had to get him set up. We had to get him situated. They win now, it's like, we have to concede.
You got to acknowledge
Jordan Love looks like he is playing. He's practicing. He's not 100%. He's got his injuries. He got injured the first week. Then he pulls, a quad or a hamstring. He's playing. You could count on Jordan Love playing.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 straight days of practice for Jordan Love. So that's a really good indicator that young man is going to play. And I think in a game like this, you do want that.
Of course.
I even as a Lions fan, you want the Lions to win, but I want the Lions to have center stage in the NFL this week, and I want Jordan Love to play. There is no mistaking what's going to happen on the field. Malik Willis wins, and you get that game, great. Obviously, a win is a win. Nobody's going to say it didn't matter. But if you win in Green Bay with Jordan Love in front of the entire country watching that, I think that really kind of sets the table for the rest of the season now, is in terms of how people view you. And not only that, but I think he's going to be limited. Jordan Love too.
But think about it. If you're him, you're like, hey, I don't have Aiden Hutchinson chasing me around. Put me in.
Right.
Who's going to come after me?
No Aiden Hutchinson, no Marcus Davenport, no Josh Pascal.
Who's coming after me?
So that is absolutely something you have to consider. And you talk about a big game. Dan Campbell talked about that too. I want to play this for you now, but talking about a big game, if we're almost halfway through the season. The Lions essentially have a 2-game lead on Minnesota, and they would essentially have a 3-game lead on Green Bay if they win this week. If not, they're tied. Here's Dan Campbell.
No, I mean, this never gets old. Like, this is the good stuff, man, and this is the good stuff. And, you know, like I say, we got 2 really good teams, man, fighting for the division, and it's on the road, and it just everything about it is it's the ultimate competition, you know. And the only thing better is when you start hitting the playoffs. But these type of games are what it's about. So
these are the type of games that make you ready for the playoffs. I'll give you an example. These are the rivals, right? We can admit that in this division, the NFC North, Tom Mazaway, it's Green Bay and Detroit, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Same thing when I was with the AFC East and I was with the Jets. It is the Jets and it was the Patriots at that time. We played them. It was always playoff intensity. It always came down to the last snap. It always came down to every single play. We beat them the first time we played them that year in 2010. They beat us the next time. We talk about them. It was a beatdown. But you understand who those teams are. You understand who those guys are in the moment. You play against them. You know sometimes when you lose that you're the better team. You just got to correct some things. Sometimes when you play each other, you're light years apart, so you got to get there. I think for the Detroit Lions, as well as the Green Bay Packers, this is going to be the test of where they truly are, because whoever wins this game, you got to say that they are the number 1 team in the NFL, just being honest.
Number 1 team in the NFL, and you know, that could be up for debate. I'd agree with you on that. Absolutely. Whoever wins this game.
15, Patrick Mahomes, I get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but now.
And almost more important is what's tangible. What's tangible, Braylon, is that you will get home field advantage. You will be the leader in the clubhouse for home field advantage. If you're Detroit and you don't want to go back to Green Bay in January, win this game.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin in late January with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line, win this game. That is what's on the line here. I truly believe the winner of this football game will host the NFC Championship game. The winner of this game will host the NFC Championship game.
You don't know how right you are. When we lost to the Patriots that year, we had to go to New England in the second round of the playoffs. It was like Game 6 for the going-to-work Pistons in 2005. What happened? They went down to San Antonio. They had to win that game because Big Shot Bob in Game 5, they gave everything they did in Game 6. At the end of Game 7, they retired. Ryan and mine, that's exactly what happened. When we played the Patriots, we beat them. We went to Foxborough. As you know, I scored a touchdown. We beat them. We gave everything we had in terms of preparation, in terms of energy, in terms of excitement, in terms of everything.
And that's your bitter enemy.
100%. When we got to the next round, when we played the Steelers weren't that good that year. And you saw that in the Super Bowl because they lost. We didn't have anything left. Like, we didn't have anything left as a team, and that's not an excuse, but that's a real deal. You don't want to be in that position to where you're giving everything, and now you got to go to Green Bay to play that game, and then the next game is the NFC Championships or the Super Bowl. You don't want to have to give everything. So, yeah, it's tough. We gave everything we had because we lost in the regular season and we had to go to Foxborough.
Listen, I believe this is a very important game, but there's a lot more season left, and you get them one more time. So you don't know what's going to happen after this week. You heard Wayne Larrivee yesterday, the longtime voice of the Packers. He's like, the Lions are so good right now, but will they be as good at the end of the year? Well, we certainly think they will because we think they're the best team. But you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who else gets injured. And you don't know the other teams, their injuries. So as much as I want to win this game, I'm not calling this a must-win. I'm not yet.
You got to say it is, though, because you own the tiebreaker over the Minnesota Vikings and the Packers if you win this game.
But you get them again, Kenny.
I understand that, but this would go a long way in you winning the North right here this week.
Absolutely.
Just gives you a little bit of breathing
you
room.
Can plant your flag.
It gives you a long rope to. Yeah. It gives you a long rope to maybe drop a game because of an injury or something like that. It gives you a long leash to have a misstep down the road. And I do agree with Wayne Larrivee on one aspect when it comes to the idealistic view of, hey, you're playing so good now, but wouldn't you rather play this good at the end of the year and not so? I understand that. But I think because the Lions have been together for so long, that is why they're so good now. That is why they're so good early in the season. Nobody's guessing what they have to do. Nobody's learning what they have to do. Every single player on that field knows exactly what the assignment is, knows exactly what the expectation is, knows exactly when they're going to play, when they're not going to play, what packages. I mean, there is no guesswork. There is nothing to learn. They have been together so long. They just got it a lot quicker than a lot of other teams get it.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about the situation is you say be so good now versus be so good late. The Detroit Lions aren't even the best versions of themselves.
Yes. It took them 4 weeks to get going.
100% say it again. It took them a while to figure out how are we going to implement this running game mixed in with Jameson Williams. Now we got Tim Patrick. Now we got to get him instituted into the offense. Now we got new right guard. So it took them a while to get going, and now they're starting to find that rhythm. Meanwhile, Jameson Williams is still not fully integrated into the system. And then you look at the defensive side of the ball. Defenses played about as well as they can. They don't have Aiden. You got young cornerbacks that are trying to learn the game. You got new linebackers. So they're going to be a much better version of themselves when they play again at the end of the year. So two things can be true. If they lost, you don't want them to lose, but they lose, they won't be the same team in December, in January. So that is something to pull from. They're still figuring this out. As good as they've played, which sounds crazy, still figuring it out.
I'm just looking at the track, man. And obviously, is it a must-win game? No, it's not. They can absolutely, all their goals are still in front of them. I'm just talking about the road ahead if you win this game. And I do believe an easier road matters. An easier road, at Houston, against Chicago, stuff like that. You play Chicago a couple of times, maybe Caleb gets you, and it doesn't hurt you as much. Just doesn't hurt you as much. Maybe
you want to win this game because you don't want to put that record of haven't lost 2 road games in a row, 2 games in a row for almost 2 years now. You go to Houston next week, and they lost to the Jets yesterday, but they weren't home. They'll be home next week, and it might be healthier.
That's a winnable
game. It's winnable. Every game the Lions play is winnable.
Now.
That team is done.
Houston, I agree.
You think they done?
I agree with
Braylon. Why do you say that?
I agree with you.
First of all,
100%.
Ryan, when they were healthy, what was I saying? I said, this does not look like the same Houston Texans. They're trying to figure it out. I've been saying it. Now you lose Nico Collins. Then they definitely didn't look like the same Texas team. They lose to the Green Bay Packers.
Indianapolis is winning that division.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah.
Then they lose 2 of their starting offensive linemen. Maz, I want this team to be good. I like the Texans story. I like the coach. I like everything. It just isn't what it is. It's not in the cards for him this year.
C.J. Stroud, to me, looks like he is a rock-solid quarterback.
Yes.
I was very impressed with him.
He's been inconsistent.
On the run,
you can be a diamond. You can be a diamond-style quarterback. If you don't have offensive linemen, and you're giving up 8 sacks a game, Maz, there's only so much a quarterback can do.
Yeah.
He had no time last night.
None.
Nobody got any separation. Tank Dell was forced to be a number 1 receiver. I like Tank Dell, but he was completely out of place. Tank Dell is a really good number 3 receiver.
Yeah.
When you force that number 3 man on any team to be a number 1, it just doesn't look good. Now the Lions get a little bit of a schedule break next week because Nico Collins could come back after next week. So they miss him by at least 1 game.
Who ever thought that Nico Collins would be the guy he is
did.
turning out to be?
He did. That's why he sat out at Michigan that senior year.
Isn't that something?
Nico Collins, so I obviously close relationship because University of Michigan. I watch all the wide receivers, especially when I get the phone calls, Ryan. Hey, Braylon, we got one up here that could be the next you.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear the next you, I'm like, all right, now I got to watch with a keen eye. It's never true. It's never true.
Just being real.
I'm being real. It's never true. Nico Collins was the one that I watched. I said, I like this kid. I said, if they can get him some player development, give him a quarterback, get him the ball, so Nico Collins is nice. And when he set out, I didn't have a problem with it because I said, you know what, this isn't the team that's going to expand his draft. he set out. He's a nice wide receiver, and he's gotten better. I mean, he was the only one that I kind of was like, I could see it. And they just never had a quarterback and never had an offensive line, but he's nice. Yeah. He's nice.
Guys, let me talk about the weather situation. I don't know. Did you see the video of Jordan Love practicing yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you notice something on the video?
It was a little wet.
Yeah, snow.
Snow. Wow.
It was snowing.
It snowed in Minnesota, so it makes sense.
In Green Bay.
Minnesota.
Will we have some precipitation on Sunday? Here's the head coach, Dan Campbell.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think we're very comfortable playing in whatever the elements are, honestly. You know, our quarterbacks played pretty good. You know, I feel like we've taken care of the football, although that's always going to be an emphasis, man. Wet ball, you know, those things are going to come up because it's going to be a little more slick. And then focusing on catching the football, we'll have the high winds with the water. And so all of those become a factor. But the great news is both teams play with it, you know. You're both on the same area under the same conditions. And so we'll be fine. But, no, I don't feel like we need to prove something with it. I think we're prepared. We're going to be prepared for it.
Just a good old-fashioned Lambeau Sunday.
Let's get dirty.
Yeah.
Let's get dirty.
They're all white.
Pause.
Let's get
The
dirty.
wet tundra.
Let's get dirty.
Braylon, playing
Pause.
in rain, who's the advantage? If it does rain, where's the advantage?
Detroit Lions, because it's a running game. Like, that's one. I hated playing in the rain. I didn't mind snow. Snow doesn't stick to the gloves, so it's fine. Rain, you know what time it is. You switch to leather gloves and you get ready to block.
Sonic and Knuckles.
It comes with the territory, and they do it well. I mean, you got a bruiser. Like, we'll talk about parlays, and everybody in this room pretty much is hot, but just quick, if I was a betting man, bet Dave Montgomery over 100 yards and betting for 2 touchdowns. Like, it's going to be that type of game because they want to slow it up for the Green Bay Packers. They want to force the running game. They want to beat them up, beat them down. I think it's that type of game.
And I'm glad you brought up the run game because I was looking through the Packers depth chart earlier on the morning show, and I didn't realize how banged up they actually are. You're looking at the defensive end, Kenny Clark, questionable. Devontae Wyatt, questionable. Jair Alexander, questionable. Evan Williams, questionable. That's 4 key pieces on their defense. And on the offensive end, we all know about Jordan Love, but Josh Jacobs, questionable. Rasheed Walker, questionable. Elton Jenkins, questionable. And Josh Myers, their center, questionable. That's the whole left side of their offensive line, folks. So not to say that these guys won't play, but they will be hampered. So this is a very, very winnable game for the Lions, and you hope that they can utilize the run game and go get that done.
Yeah, I'm going to do you a favor and tell you, like, we're in week 8. Like, everybody's hurt.
No, true,
and
true.
Everybody has to fill out that
Questionable
question.
means we're playing.
Questionable means
No, I'm not saying they won't
say
play,
this.
but
I think he's just saying, like, they're banged
they're
up.
banged up.
Yeah, they're banged
and
up.
a lot more players than we realize. are banged up.
Absolutely.
Do that with the Lions.
No, big facts, big
Big
facts, big facts.
Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it is a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Fill-in-the-blank Friday. We'll do that next. But first, a message from Planet Fitness.
Look, man, I take pride in my fitness, and you know where I do it? I do it at Planet Fitness because your fitness is essential. One of the biggest things that they want to let you guys know is that it's fitness that fits into your budget. With over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, it's the spot for you. Everybody's going because it's clean, it's safe, and it just makes you want to get down. And because there's no judgment at Planet Fitness. So right now, you walk into Planet Fitness, you get a trainer with a membership. Any membership you get, this is the place for you, man. Sign up for Planet Fitness because your fitness is essential.
And maybe after a good workout, you just want to have a drink, take the edge
It's
off,
Friday.
man. Hey, it's Friday, man. 1800 Tequila, the official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports and the 1800 Girls every Lions game. Live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila. 1800 Tequila, the proud sponsor of your and our Detroit Lions. The best taste in tequila, and please drink responsibly.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall to wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Well, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's $5,000 right off the top, guys. Do it. Call Mark White and Associates today. 248-290-8242. Hit him up online as well, markwhitesells.com. Again, that number to call Mark White and Associates, 248-290-8242. To have your dreams and make those dreams come true.
And let me tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, enjoy a $20 haircut special. Scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Wicked awesome. All right, kids, it is time for a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Fill-in-the-blank Friday. You guys ready to play?
I love it.
For those of you new to the show, I ask a question, and you tell me the answer. Okay?
Let's do it.
Here we go. We're going to start with Braylon Edwards.
Okay, I'm ready.
The Lions are the highest-scoring team in the NFL. They will have to score blank points to beat the Packers.
27.
27.
27. Look, at the end of the day, I know it's going to be cold, particularly maybe snow, but this is still a team with Jordan Love that knows how to get the ball in the end zone with the passing game and Matt LaFleur's. I think 27 is what you're going to have to score to win.
Maz?
Pretty darn close. I had 31
Okay.
as my number. I'm going to go 31-27 as my final score.
I like that.
I like it. You know, it's going to be close. Lions are favored by 3.5 some places. So I'll say they covered by a half a point. 31-27 Leos.
Very good, KG.
Yeah, I'm close to Braylon. I think they'll score 35, but they need to score at least 28 to win this game.
28 to win the game. Pete?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat with everybody. I think that 28 points, 27 points, depending on the weather, should be good enough for the defense to withhold.
All right, in the chat, we've got Craig says 35 points, RP 31 points. Galloping Lake need 36 points to beat the Green Bay Packers. Michael says 21.
So the weather
Tribal
man.
Chief says 28. All right, good
How
stuff
about
there,
cue
guys.
ball? He says 15.
Tribal Chief is Sean, I think.
Right.
What's up, Sean?
There you go.
Shout
What's
out
up,
Tribal
Sean?
Chief.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Throw your ones up.
All right, gang.
For sure. That's my guy.
The Packers defense has the most takeaways in the NFL.
Oh, boy.
Green Bay will force blank turnovers against the Lions. Maz, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm going to say this. Jared Goff doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he does put the ball on the ground a few times, and he's been lucky. We've caught them all. You've noticed that. I'm going to say they probably force 2 turnovers, Green Bay does, and takes the ball away from us.
Wow, that's big, Bray.
They force 3 turnovers a game. The Packers do.
I'm going to go with 0. I think it's going to be a disciplined game. I think Jared Goff's going to be down, and I think they'll lean into the running game. David Montgomery, you'll never see him fumble again. But the way that David Montgomery reacted, you're damn sure they're going to see Jahmyr Gibbs fumble.
Yeah.
So I just think they take care of the ball in this game. You know, once Jared Goff gets to the halfway point, he becomes the takeover machine as it relates to turnovers. He does not turn that ball over. 0 for
Pete?
me.
I think that if the Packers are going to win this game, they're going to have to force the Lions to turn over the ball. But I think the over-under here is 1.5, and I think that Green Bay will force 1 turnover on the Lions' offense. And I say that because if the Lions want to be a Super Bowl winning team, the offense needs to protect the football, and here will be a good example.
KG?
Yeah, I got 0. I understand Jared Goff is playing clean football right now. I understand Xavier McKinney leads the league in picks, but Jared Goff will keep the ball protected, and I'm not worried about the running backs fumbling. So,
all right, here we go. A
How
couple
about
of
you,
people
Rod?
in the. I say 0 as well.
Okay.
I think this team is playing as good as anybody. Wendy says Laporta will fumble.
that's random.
Super random.
Mike
super
Reed says 0. Dante says 0. Danny G 0. Michael 1. Zokelstein says 2.
Hell of a name.
All right, here we go, guys.
Super
Next
Saiyan
question.
comments in there?
Yeah, no, I ain't seen him yet.
Right.
I'm waiting for him.
Here we go. The Lions are 8-0 when David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs score in the same game. Both running backs will blank, will or will not. Will blank score versus the Packers. It's a will or will not answer.
I will not. I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm loading up on Dave Montgomery this game. Pause. This is going to be his game. I'm telling you. Your touchdowns, if you want to see it, I think it was going to be with Sam Laporta. It's funny you say he's going to fumble. I think Sam Laporta, Dave Montgomery make up the majority of the Lions' touchdowns. No touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs, even though he's been hot in the last 3 games. No touchdown, so no.
I'm rolling with the hot guy. You know, Jameer's my guy.
Yeah.
They're definitely both scoring in this
Sonic.
game. No question about it. No question.
KG?
Yeah, they will not. I'm loading this up for a Ermanni game as well, and Gibbs will have the yardage, but he might not get a touchdown.
Pete?
Hey, Ryan, let's advance that record to 9-0 because, again, if the weather is going to be a problem, you got to keep the ball on the ground, and there's only one way to score on the ground, and that's with Sonic and Knuckles. Ryan, what do you say?
I do think they're both going to score in this one. Dante says both will score. John Martin will score. Charles Sullivan will score. Galloping Lake will. Shout out Braylon, says Francis. IT hips, it hips.
Yeah.
Both will score a touchdown of over 20 yards. Freddie says this is a David Montgomery game on Sunday. Isn't it so funny? I went back when I was researching questions.
Yeah.
I went back through their numbers to see who does well, who doesn't, this, that, and the other thing. And it really, truly, some of them will score in the same game, but they really have become, this is a Montgomery game. This is a Gibbs game.
Yep.
This is a Montgomery game.
Yeah.
It feels like that. And this does feel like a Monty game.
Yeah.
Especially coming off a Jahmyr Gibbs game, you know?
2 in a row.
It's
Yeah.
like,
How do you plan for that as a defense?
This might
You
be
don't
a
know who you
Sione
gonna
Vaki
get.
game for all we know. The way they spread that ball around, you don't know
He
who
would
the
have
hell's
scored
getting
last
it.
week. They
Absolutely.
would have used him last week, and they didn't.
Okay, guys, moving along here.
He's a little banged up though.
This is a 2 blank question.
Ooh, a
It's a
double
double
blank.
blank. It's
Double
a double
blanker.
blank question. The Lions have scored more touchdowns than Jared Goff incompletions over the last 5 weeks.
Crazy.
The Lions will score blank touchdowns on Sunday, and Jared Goff will have blank incompletions.
All
Good
right.
question.
I got you.
You want me to start, or go ahead? Go ahead, Braylon. If you got it.
No, I do, and I'm going. It's fine. I'm going 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'm going 7. I'm going 7 incompletions.
That's a great thought.
Yeah, 4 and 7.
Maz?
I've got 4 touchdowns as well because I got 31 points.
Yep.
And I got 5 incompletions.
Okay. Pete?
Tell you what, this guy is throwing at low 70s completion percentage, man. Give me 3 incomplete passes because the ground game is the key in this game. 3 incompletions, Rye.
Okay.
KG?
I got 5 touchdowns, 4 incompletions.
Sorry.
Dude.
Me and Ryan being sick.
We are in lockstep.
Yes.
I'm definitely going
Staying with the record then.
Definitely going 5 touchdowns and 4 incompletions.
Yes.
4 incompletions because I wanted to do more touchdowns than incompletions.
Right.
This offense is hot.
It is, but this is also arguably the second best team in the NFC, and I just think it's going to be one of those games. It'll be a couple misses. Look, football is a game of inches, and I think you'll see that a little bit in this game. Some passes will be just there. Green Bay's defense is good.
They are.
Green Bay's defense is really good. They're a really good team, so no hate against Jared Goff. Hell, he may go 24 of 31. Still a hell of a game, but I'm sticking with 7. It's going to be a tough game.
A lot of the chat is agreeing with most of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys. This one, I'm curious to see who we have for this one, okay?
Me too.
The defensive standout for the Detroit Lions will be Maz? Oh, go ahead.
Terrion Arnold.
Terrion
Arnold. It's about that time. I know who he's going to go with, but it's going to be Terrion Arnold. This is a team that likes to pass. This is a team that trusts every single one of their receivers. Terrion Arnold, they've seen some pass interference calls. They'll try to target him. I think he rises to the occasion. Look for Terrion Arnold to get his first NFL interception.
Maz?
Who am I going with?
Brian Branch.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. It was like surprised to say Jack Campbell, but we knew you were going Brian.
Right.
You know, I thought about going Jack Campbell. He leads this team in tackles by nearly double digits.
You don't even hear about him.
You never hear his name called one time.
That's a good thing.
Never one time. It kind of is, I guess, but like...
He even has a sack.
If I told you who led this team in tackles, nobody would say. If you watch the Lions game,
I would say Anzalone.
Nobody would say Jack Campbell. 49 tackles, leads this team. Anzalone is second with 40.
Yep.
And he missed 2 games.
That's pretty incredible.
That is.
KG, who's going to be the defensive standout?
Give me Amik Robertson.
Ooh.
Amik Robertson is going to step up in this game. Now, we talked about it on the morning show. Jaron Reed plays primarily in the slot. So Amik Robertson is going to see a lot of Jaron Reed. And while Jaron Reed will get his touches, he's a great receiver. He will get his. Amik Robertson will limit him enough for the Lions to get this dub, man.
That's not bad.
There's only one person that can protect the secondary, and that'll be Alex Anzalone. He's got to keep an eye on the quarterback. He's got to keep an eye on the running back. He's going to have to captain that defense all day, depending on the weather, whether good or bad. You're going to have a mobile quarterback back there. You're going to have a good, solid running back, good, solid receivers. Alex Anzalone will be the standout defensive player for the Lions.
Can I have 2?
Sure.
It's your game. You can do whatever you want.
I'm the host. It's
nobody said the person I think you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Kirby Joseph.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
That was my second
5
thought.
interceptions out of this young man. 9 interceptions between Branch and Joseph. They feed off of each other.
You know what's so funny? 1, 2, and 3 and interception leaders are all in this game.
Yep.
It's
Jordan
incredible.
Love's throwing a pick every game
1,
he's
2,
played.
and 3. McKinney's number 1.
Yep.
Branch is 3. And Kirby's 2.
So I'm gonna go Kirby Joseph. Then I'm gonna throw another name at you.
I got it.
This feels like. Go ahead. What?
DJ Reader.
Nope.
Aleem.
Feels like an Aleem McNeil game.
Okay.
It feels like an Aleem McNeil game. This
He
is
just
the
got
guy.
paid, too?
That's a good one.
He just got paid. Davenport out. Hutchinson out. Pascal out. Who is the leader of that defensive line? Who is the leader of that defensive front? Make no mistake about it. It's Aleem McNeil. It feels like an Aleem McNeil game. Somebody that's going to say, you know what? Hop on board 54. I got this.
I love it. We basically named the whole defense.
Yeah, and it will do. This is true, but that is true. We named every player on the defense.
We named 6 guys.
But they all could be standouts. Look, you know Aiden Hutchins is missing. You know you got some guys on the defensive line missing. You know you got to make plays. You got to help your offense out. So everybody has to have a hand in that. And I think that's why we pick different guys. But as it relates to Aleem McNeil, look, not only did you get paid, like you're taking the strides. You got paid because you've gotten better. You got paid because you're no longer hype. You've made the move. You've gotten better with your technique. You're getting the pressures. You're getting to the quarterback. So this is one of those games where like, all right, I'm looking around. If I'm Lee McNeil, I'm looking down off the defensive line. Yeah, DJ Reader's the guy that got paid, and he's the big name. DJ Reader wasn't here last year.
Yeah.
DJ Reader wasn't here the year before that. There's no Hutch. There's no Davenport. You're looking to your left. You're looking to your right. Lee McNeil is the leader on that defensive line. He's the guy that's been here. He's the guy that's the catalyst. So I think sometimes you got to take it upon yourself and say, all right, everybody come on, let's
hop
go.
on board. I want to get some of the chat involved here. Dante says Amik Robertson. Charles Sullivan says Anzalone. RP. Branch is the man. Tommy K says DJ Reader. Freddie Felt. Big Curb. Atlanta Brandon. Iowa Boy Campbell. Anzo or Kirby says Zorkelstein. Mark Walston says Anzalone type of game. What about Carlton Davis, says Michael Danye. There was another one on here. Somebody said, God, I saw it and I can't find it now, but it was, don't forget, Green Bay passed on Branch. Green Bay passed on Branch. How about that?
He's yoked.
Yeah, good stuff there. Okay, guys, ready to move on?
Yeah.
Sure.
Here we go. This feels like kind of a tough week in the NFL in terms of sexy matchups.
Lousy games.
There is one in particular I'm interested in.
Beside ours.
What are you interested in? The NFL game you are looking forward to the most is?
Jags and Eagles. I'm looking for the Jags and Eagles. Who are the Eagles really? I feel like we've been trying to figure out this all season. They've gotten their weapons back. They've gotten their players back. Seems like they understand kind of what Jalen Hurts wants to do. Who are the Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars? I think they're in this space for Trevor Lawrence. Maz, I know you always defend him just because of what he did in college. He was the number one player coming out in high school as well, so I get it. But I think now is time to put up or shut up. The defense is playing a little bit better. You got weapons on offense, whether it's Ingram, whether it's Thomas Jr., who are you? Who do you want to be? So I think that's the game I watch because if the Eagles win, I think the Jags are going to be dead in the water. I think Doug Peterson is getting closer to getting ushered out of the door.
You know me, I stick in my division. I'm taking the Bears and Cardinal game. I'm looking forward to that one because I rewatched the Bears and Washington last night. I watched that fourth quarter, and I still can't believe that Washington won that game. I cannot believe it. And the clock operator was a crook. Remember Spartan Bob?
Yep.
He works at Washington now.
I was there.
He works at FedEx Field because Washington got a hell of a lot of extra time. I am telling you right now, that was a home clock operator. I'm looking forward to seeing the Cardinals, who have won the last two games at the buzzer on a field goal by Chad Ryland, who they got off the scrap heap. And I love to watch the Bears. So I'm looking forward to that game.
KG?
I'm surprised nobody said this game. Rams Seahawks.
That's mine.
Rams Seahawks, man.
I saved it for him.
Yeah, no, big facts. But the NFC West is up for grabs, man. So I think whoever wins this game, it goes a long way towards that. Both teams have struggled with injuries and whatnot, but I think it'll be a good game, man.
Totally agree with that.
Nakua, by the way, might not play.
Really?
He got hurt in practice.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Got hurt in practice.
Oh,
His knee
man.
again.
Yeah, he got
They
hurt.
say it's not bad, but watch out.
Boy, that's a difference maker.
Yep.
You know what the underrated game is? Super underrated. I don't want to watch this game, man. I don't plan on watching this game, but I want to know the results. I want to see what happens with the Broncos and the Ravens. Because the Ravens are a team, man. That defense is horrible. The defense is bad. The Broncos aren't making mistakes. I mean, I know Lamar Jackson.
Nix is playing great.
Exactly. Lamar Jackson, but I want to see what happens in this game because I think I'm starting to come off of the Baltimore Ravens train. I had them to get to the Super Bowl and play against the Detroit Lions eventually. Yeah. I don't think I said Lions, but anyway, I had them to get there. They don't look like that Super Bowl team. It's because of the offense, because of the defense. I want to see who they are. They're an 8.5-point favorite. That means Vegas thinks they are much better than this Broncos team. If they lose or if they win by 3, I think you can start looking at the Ravens as a team that they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, if that defense don't come around, they are going to lose more games.
I agree with you
that
right there.
defense gotta
Marlon Humphrey
improve.
might be back soon.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm definitely looking forward to the Colts at the Vikings. I'm
That
telling
was my
you, man.
next one.
That's the Sunday night game.
Sorry to steal your thunder there, Ryan, guy. The Colts and the Vikings. Look,
I'm a team guy. You both stole them.
I want to
NFC
see.
games.
I want to see if the Vikings. I think the Vikings are either going to still be alive or they will die at this game.
Yeah.
If they lose this game, the Vikings are done for the year. I think, and I think if the Colts win this game, personally, I think the Colts are going to be a second half team and make a run at the playoffs, and this is where they're going to start. At Minnesota, in front of the Minnesota fans, in Snowville, in Minnesota, where it snows on Halloween. Come on, man. Don't do that to the kids on Halloween. I want to see the Colts and Joe Flacco end the Minnesota Vikings season.
Do you remember that game last year?
No.
Vikings-Colts?
I don't remember it.
When the Vikings came all the way back in the fourth quarter?
I don't remember.
They scored like 4 touchdowns.
No, 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
That was unbelievable.
Because I watched that at Madison Square Garden.
And I watched it at Sahara.
Really?
I was at Madison Square Garden.
I was sitting at Sahara by myself.
It was a late game.
on a Saturday afternoon.
Nothing better.
In
It was
December.
Yeah, I was
Saturday
in New York.
afternoon.
You know, it is interesting, though, because, I always say, I've heard this a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me. It's not who you play, it's when you play them.
Yeah.
And I would not want to play the Colts this week.
Right.
I don't care where it is. After their quarterback gets benched and the guy that the team wants to start gets inserted, they're going to play hard for Joe Flacco this week. They're going to play hard for Joe Flacco.
They might win by 10. They might be a double digit.
Can you believe we're still talking about Joe Flacco?
Yes.
He just got that magic about him. I don't know what it is about him, man, but
Yes,
He was never special when I played
won a
against
Super
him.
Bowl.
when he played, he wasn't all that.
Never was special. And that's why I asked the question is more so because the Ravens are a running squad. Like they've always run the ball. It doesn't matter what era, what decade, they've always run the ball. So, was he a really good quarterback trapped in a running system?
Maybe.
I don't know. Because he's 454 yards and when you're 38 years old, that's
crazy.
That's respect.
Yeah. Taking a look at some of what everybody else says. Flacco way better than Richardson. Vincent says Flacco. Nice jersey, says Real K77. That 17 is fire.
Hey, appreciate you right
Yeah,
now.
shout out K, man. That's my guy.
Got the right
says
name on the back, too.
Ravens out, Bills in. Tree Mendes says yes, Broncos and Ravens will be good. Good stuff, everybody out there. Thanks for participating.
I like that take, Pete.
Thanks, brother.
Couple more, guys. Couple more. Did all these.
You got to turn
Next
to the
page.
back now.
There we go.
Next page. There you go.
Okay, guys. I'll just stick in order.
You was trying to skip it.
Yeah.
He's trying to save it for
It's
last.
already up on the
Yep.
screen.
I was gonna save it for last, but Michigan will blank Oregon.
Want to save it for the top of the hour?
Yeah.
Okay, save it. Move past
Next
the,
one.
You got
move
it.
past
It's
the
gone.
next three.
You got it.
Move past that one. Move past that one. Let me get
Last
to
one
some
I got.
baseball.
Oh.
Free agency is currently underway in Major League Baseball. You can't sign a player until November 4th. The Detroit Tigers will blank in free agency.
Win.
Whoa.
I think they'll win. It has nothing to do with what I know about Scott Harris and his vision and his plan. What it has to do with is him being a GM in the city right now and watching the teams around him. He's looking across the street and he's watching what Brad Holmes is doing. He's looking at when Trajan Langdon came in, and it seems like they have a different understanding there at LCA now. So I think if I'm just looking around my city, the hell with my sport and the hell with what I'm doing, we're winning in Detroit. We got to make moves. We got to make some moves. And then you get to the playoffs last year, and I know you got to ask yourself a question if you're Scott Harris. If we had a player or two, we could have been in the World Series and could have done some damage because they were a better team than the Yankees for sure.
Yep.
And they just could not close the deal against the Guardians, who are a better team than them. You give them some players, we may be having a different conversation today.
What did I say going to the playoffs? I want to play the Orioles and the Yankees.
Yeah, you did.
Because I know that team could have beat the Yankees, and they would have beat the hell out of the Orioles. Ryan, read that question to me again.
The Tigers will blank in free agency.
That's my answer.
Blank?
They're not going to
They
get
not
anybody.
doing nothing?
They're
not
going to be
gonna get
blank.
anybody. Scott Harris is
thunder.
he's a hard ass. He likes to do it his way. He don't believe, and all the outside noise don't mean anything to this guy. He might sign a guy that, oh, really? We're signing him? To me, that's a blank. Go sign Bueller and get a hitter. He won't. and you're going to see who back at shortstop next year.
KG?
I don't think they have a choice, man, and I have no evidence to back this up, but Chris Ilitch, please, because it's not really even on Scott Harris. We all know what this deal is. Chris Ilitch, open the pocketbook a little bit. We ain't got to be the highest payroll in the league. Please just open up the pocketbook a little bit. They will go get a starting pitcher and a first baseman for this team.
I'm going to use a baseball term
Please.
here. Balk. B-A-L-K. And I think what's going to happen, so we're going to hear the Tigers, it's kind of like the Carlos Correa thing from 2 years ago. We're going to hear the Tigers are in the running for some big free agent, and then it's going to fall apart within the last 12 hours. I really think... I'm not saying I obviously want the Tigers to win. I want them to win many, many World Series titles, but so far, Chris Ilitch has not shown to me and proved to me that he can open up the pocketbook, and I think it was... As much as I wanted to see the Tigers make a run, guys, I think it was probably one of the worst things that they were able to make a run on a discounted, to make Chris Ilitch feel like he can do it on a discounted
that's not sustainable.
Pocketbook.
They know that.
So I'm just worried about how the Lions are going to operate in this free agency, so I'm going to use the word balk.
When did Chris Ilitch take over as owner?
2014? Yeah.
2014. That's when
he told Al Avila, you can't spend any money.
So 2014 is when I moved back, and that's the year that they didn't have a bullpen. They got popped.
The Brad Ausmus era.
That's when I first moved
Orioles
back.
swept them.
100%. This is a different scenario and a different situation because I think now you've gotten to the postseason. You got to the second round of the postseason, which you haven't done since the 2013, I believe it was. You saw the city. You saw how the city came alive. Now you feel like you got a team. You actually have a foundation in place. You gotta reward the city. You gotta reward yourself.
Yes.
Because neither one of your franchises are doing anything. Well, the Tigers, before this playoff run, neither one of your franchises are doing anything. Now you got one that's in the playoffs. Now you got one that the fans are kind of residing with.
Yeah.
You got to make a move for the fan base because it'll help you ultimately.
Let me read some of these.
You can't have two failed organizations.
Dante says, go after Soto. Tony says, Tigers blow up. Q-Ball says, diarrhea. Vincent says, we'll sign 2 big bats. Playas says, disappoint.
Okay.
Get a few good players. Stand by and stand down. Resolve their issues in free agency. Will Ilitch in free agency. That is what Mark Walston
which
says.
Ilitch?
Right.
Tony D says we'll sign El Mago to an extension.
There you go. We'll get a few balanced certified players. Tony says sign Alex Bregman. So there's a lot of different ranges. I think the Tigers will surprise in free agency.
Okay.
I'm going to say that will surprise in free agency. I hope to God, like Pete said, and I think I've made this point before, I think it was an absolute blessing and a curse that this team made the run they did late in the season.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a false sense of security to know that you can do it on
a shoestring budget.
Does it
shoestring? Their highest paid player on the playoff roster made $2.8 million.
That's true, but does it when it was a once in since 1960 that happened?
I'm just saying, none of us in this room would go that route.
What did I tell you about Scott Harris? All he needed to do is we made the playoffs and we did it my way.
I think
he's
Scott
a
Harris
my
wants
way
this, man.
kind of guy.
But I do think they will surprise in free agency, and they will sign a starting pitcher, and I think they're going to sign a right-handed bat.
I hope you're right.
And that's
definitely right-hand bat you
hope.
need.
Yeah.
Definite.
Okay, so that's it right now. Coming up, hour number 2, I have 3 more fill-in-the-blank Friday questions, all regarding college football. Michigan State, and college football as a whole, including Penn State, Ohio State. Who has more pressure on them in this game? I want to ask you that in the Penn State-Ohio State game. We'll go around the NFL. We'll do our pick segment. Jam-packed, hour number 2, coming at you next. But first, a message from Dr. Pierce.
All right, Dr. Pierce. We had him yesterday. He sat at the big desk yesterday. He really liked it up there, too, by the way, Ryan. Do not miss our sports injury expert, Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy. Joins us on Thursdays. Trust the guy that we all trust. D-Mac and Braylon especially. You give him a try right now. MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call him. You can even ask for Riley. She'll help you out. 248-426-9944. It's MichiganSportsAndSpine.com with Dr. Jeff Pierce. And, of course, let me get my bell out.
Mute his mic.
It's that time of the year. It's coming up. Next week it starts. It's the Salvation Army Red Kettle Campaign. Get right now online. Visit registertoring.com and start signing up for shifts. You got an option, a 2-hour shift at a physical Red Kettle site, or participate in a virtual bell ringing right from home, and you can do it right away and start making money the new fashion way. It starts Friday, November 7th, so next Friday, and runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. To sign up for volunteer shifts, one more time, it's visit registertoring.com. The Salvation Army Red Kettle Campaign.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Soroki's does the best, and now they're offering wings as well. For a limited time, you got 7 new styles, 7 new flavors of wings, lemon pepper being the best in my opinion. That's just my humble opinion. But you got 7s in rock and roll, man, whether it's buffalo, whether it's parmesan, whether it's teriyaki, whether it's honey barbecue, all these wings are good. And if the wings aren't your thing and you want to go back to crispy chicken, well, you know that's what they started and that's what they're known for. So try the crispy chicken. It is fire. Or you can even switch the whole game up and go with a pizza instead. Pizza pie like they do in the NY. Yo, fountain sodas, fire, and so are those honey biscuits. Real fans' favorite, Soroki, so you should too.
Absolutely. And let me tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Looking for a new car, pre-owned car service? Les Stanford has the vehicle for you. They've added the Buick GMC brands located in Ferndale on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. And if you're looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn, where they have been on Michigan Avenue for over 55 years. You can find the brand you want under one umbrella. All GM brands under one umbrella. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Together, let's drive.
Let's drive. Let's drive on over to Tom Mazaway. Because, Tom, we're going to talk a little college football, but can you give us a little bit of a update on what's happening with you right now?
Okay. Most of you know that I'm a huge horse racing fan. It's my favorite. It's bar none, even more than football and baseball. A while ago, they came up with this plan. It's called My Racehorse, where people like us can buy into a racehorse. So what they do is the horse is born, and then he goes, or she goes to the auction.
Yeah.
And people bid on it. Well, this horse was bid on by this place called My Racehorse, where you can go in and then they put an offering out. Okay, you want to buy a piece of this horse? It's going to cost you $85 for 0.00001% of this horse. You want to buy 2 shares, 3 shares? So I bought a couple shares of this horse. I love this look.
It's hard.
I love this look. He's a beautiful gray or roan color.
Beautiful horse.
And his name is Caldera. His father is Liam's Map. Great racehorse. Good distance horse. So here it comes. I don't know how many owners there are.
What's the Breeders' Cup?
The Breeders' Cup is this weekend.
Yeah, but what is the Breeders' Cup?
It's the Super Bowl of horse racing.
It is. I thought the Kentucky Derby was.
No, the Derby is for 3-year-olds only.
Oh, okay.
You only run in the Derby once in your life. You could run in the Breeders' Cup as much as if you're a good enough horse, you could run in the Breeders' Cup. And they have all different distances.
So this is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is the Super Bowl this weekend. So tomorrow's big race is $6 million to the winner.
Wow.
So what's your
big
cut?
purse?
Mike, I'm at Churchill Downs. I'm not even at the big Breeders' Cup.
Okay.
This is a 2-year-old horse running in his first race.
Oh, my God.
My horse is running in his first race. They call that a maiden race. So he is in with 11 other horses. This is what it looks like right now, live from Churchill Downs. Any horse racing fans, you know how to watch the races. So if you want to go to race 5 right now at Churchill Downs, my horse is number 6. His name is Caldera.
Shout out Caldera.
He was 8-1 in the morning line, meaning they thought he was going to be an 8-1 shot.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
He is now the 1-2 favorite, which means if he wins, he pays $3 to win. So if you're putting 2 on him, you'll win $1. Basically, you win your $2 plus 1. It's all the owners put money on this son of a gun and drove his odds down.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So he might be a piece of crap. We don't even know what he is.
Oh, my God.
How much money did you put on him?
I'm betting
I got
against him.
20 and 20 on it, but I bet it earlier. I never would bet a 1-2 shot.
Him.
So if he won the Kentucky Derby next
that
year
would be
as a
next
3-year-old,
Yes.
and won whatever you win, $3 million, whatever you get, would you get paid as an owner?
Yeah, we all get paid as owners in percentages.
It's like the episode of Martin when he hit the lottery and everybody got $2.
Yeah, right.
Exactly, Greg. I don't know what I'd get, but it wouldn't be a lot.
Sure.
But I own a piece of a horse, and he's running his first race today.
That's fly.
And in about, let's see, how many minutes to post here?
I have the numbers from Maz, by the way. Maz, you have 0.75% on your horse. The horse is racing. What was the purse?
$120,000 for the purse.
$120,000. He's got 0.75%. He should clear if his horse wins. Maz will get for his $30 investment, I believe.
$80.
$80 investment. You'll get $562.80 for your share of the horse.
All right. How about Burn in the chat? You guys crowdfunded a horse?
Yeah, that was wild when you were
going to
describing
post. I am going to watch this race with you guys.
Oh, my God.
We're going to put it on, and I'm watching you.
Horse watch party.
This is a watch party.
It is, man.
Party.
Come on, Caldera.
Now, look, I do not want to be made fun of if he finishes last.
Oh, my God.
Come on, Caldera.
So they're heading to the post right now. I am number 6.
Where can I watch this at?
So I'll be in the black saddle.
Can we show it?
Yeah, I can show it on my
Some
phone.
people think you got scammed in the chat.
Can you put it down?
I can put it loud. I can put the horse.
Just turn it around.
Yeah, I am. Once they load up, I'll put the volume up, and we will watch this race together.
Oh, my gosh. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Maz bet on a horse.
Here he is.
He owns a horse that he bet on.
Maz owns a crowdfunded horse.
Let's go.
So do you have it on your computer as well so you can see it?
No, I got it on my phone.
Oh, I can't do all this stuff.
I got it on my phone.
It's on YouTube, right?
No. I got you guys. I'll take care of you.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, my gosh. I am so intrigued. I want to.
I'm sweating right now.
I want a watch party
Kenny
between Maz and
Kenny-
Spivak. The only 2 cameras we need to see are Maz and
You guys
Spivak.
wouldn't be able to take that.
Right, we need air conditioning. I'm sweating.
Maz, you're sweating. Your horse. This is incredible stuff.
Are you in Churchill Downs?
Here, why don't you guys
He's about, I don't know where I'm at.
use my phone while you're on the
Oh
air.
my
Let's
gosh.
see.
Just use my phone while you're on the air. Don't press any.
All right,
So we're gonna
Is Ray at
watch.
Churchill Downs?
We're
Here, take
gonna
a
watch
look.
this race that Maz has.
Get him at Churchill Downs.
Oh my God, Maz!
There's
what-
my horse.
and
baby.
this-
I'm so happy for you, man.
And
there he is.
who
Hey,
is he? What's
Look
the-
at that beauty.
What's the
Caldera.
number?
He's gorgeous.
What's the number?
6.
That's a nice horse.
Number 6.
He's gorgeous. He's a
Okay.
gray.
Great horse.
This freaking phone. This is. Oh, here it is.
Now turn up the volume and when they're loading up. Right now we're 3 to 5. We're a favorite. Thank you.
I got you.
I got you. You're on the air.
We're on the air. Caller, we're on the air.
All right. All the posts, man.
I hope you guys are as enjoying this as I am. I am so
I'm
stunned
happy.
at
It's
the
like Animal House
twist
up
of
here.
this show. I've never in a million years, when I came to work today,
Is
thought
Matt-
we'd be doing this.
Matt,
3
we got a
minutes to
call?
post here. We got time.
Oh, we
got
got
3
time.
minutes.
Okay,
3 minutes.
we got 3 minutes. We will.
3 minutes.
We'll watch it together.
We'll be breaking in.
We will watch
Yeah.
the race together, ladies and gentlemen. We will watch the race together.
I also have a little filly that's just coming up now. I bought a filly.
He got two.
Cheesesteak?
I
He
bought
got
a filly.
Man, you out here trafficking horses?
Sick.
He
Her
got
name is- Her
two.
name is Claire DeLune.
Is
Oh,
Matt-
beautiful name.
Man, are you trafficking
Gorgeous.
horses?
He might
You
be.
trafficking horses?
He might be.
horses.
I'm not sure we've ever done a better segment.
Wow.
By the way.
No, this
Man,
is
I'm
awesome.
not-
I don't even know if I
This
should.
is fire.
Let's change
He
the
said, I give you a little
topic.
tip. I give you a little tip about a maiden. Man. She's 1 year old.
Tell me
Nice.
about Maiden.
I'm talking about man. That's how he is.
You're
He gives
right.
Tips about horses.
Right.
Maz,
Now
what
look,
gave
my
you?
my horse is a 2-year-old horse, which means if he runs good this year and he trains well next
Getting
year,
ready for the Kentucky Derby?
he'll be prepping for the big races. Now you know who his trainer is?
Oh.
Bob
D.
Baffert.
Wayne Lucas.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh,
D.
man.
Wayne Lucas,
Talk
the old
about some
cowboy.
hate.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on, D. Wayne.
The cowboy.
D-Wayne. I know
Didn't he
about
win- Didn't he
Beckley.
win this year?
Yeah,
D.
he won.
Wayne?
He won the Belmont.
Oh my.
Oh my
God.
Or he won the
gosh.
Derby. One of those
Kenny,
two.
we're talking about some D Wade.
Right.
Oh, my
Hey.
gosh.
It's like my boy Wade out here with the
Lucas.
horse.
D Wayne.
I have
This
the
is
oldest
incredible.
trainer in the books.
It's the oldest trainer in the book, still currently active.
He's in his I think he's 85 or something like that.
86
Hey, man's going to the Derby. Get his mint
See,
julep
I
ready.
hire old guys, just like me.
Get his mint
Man.
julep ready. He going to the Derby.
This is just the
why
greatest
you're
thing
training
I've
for the
ever
Rock City
experienced
Commanders.
in my life.
1 minute to post. 1 minute to
I love
post.
it.
Okay,
Where the
so
viewers at?
how do you feel, Maz? How do you feel
I'm
right
sick to
now?
my stomach. I just want him to be healthy.
Right.
I want a good race. The race will take about 1 minute and
That's
5
mine.
seconds.
It's here.
Oh yeah, is that you?
This
This
is
me.
awesome.
But this isn't the right horse race. It's
Right.
that one.
The race will take about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Oh, my
Depending how
gosh.
fast they are.
This
Because
is
this is only
incredible.
6 furlongs.
6 furlongs.
That's
what does
it.
that mean?
That means they're at the
The
top of
race-
the other stretch and they have to run around 6 furlongs to get
Oh
home.
my God.
And this is that beautiful Churchill Downs
Come on, Caldera.
in
Oh, my God.
Kentucky.
Is
I'm 6 to 5 now, Pete. All right.
Doc Rivers
Okay.
going to make it through this season, Kenny?
No. Because there's something is wrong with
No,
Milwaukee.
he ain't
Doc
gonna
don't
make
want to
it.
coach.
Yeah,
All right, here we
like,
go. I'm going to put the volume up.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. I only need to see Maz. I don't
There's
need to
my
see
horse.
me.
You see him?
I see him, Maz.
He's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Man, we're looking on the phone.
Here we go. Give us a play-by-play.
You got the race right in front of you, too, Rye.
Yep,
see it.
I'm watching it.
I'll put the volume up right by the mic here.
Here we go, guys. This is the first ever Ermanni and Edwards with
I'm gonna
Maz
come out the booth.
and Pete and KG. This is our first ever horse watch party. This is Maz's horse. What's the horse's name?
Caldera.
Caldera.
He's number 6. He'll have the black saddle cloth. So you look for the black number coming
Black
around.
number, the black saddle.
See,
cloth.
Bray? I went with the black number.
I see.
All right.
Pete, go ahead, get behind Maz.
I was just making sure.
Okay, should we all get
How's
behind
the chat
Maz?
doing? Is the
Come on.
chat doing okay?
Oh, chat's doing great. I hope
sure?
Come on, LFC.
Come on, guys. It's like the watch party. It's like the watch party. Come on.
Guts, get off me. Guts
Like
keeps
the
doing.
launch party.
Guts says that horse is breathtaking. Thanks, Guts.
God says this horse is
It's breathtaking, yes. Look at him. Here he comes. Watch, here he comes.
All right, they're loading in the hole.
Here he comes. Come on, load that boy
Roll
up.
to the Derby starts.
Hey, 3 to 2.
Derby starts here.
3 to 2. He's paying $5. There he is. Look at him. Oh,
$5?
he's tiptoeing. He's on his
Oh my
toes.
gosh.
He's on his toes, this guy.
Well, they got to move that camera.
Now, you want me to show the people?
Yeah, show the people. Just give them a little.
Oh, I don't know how to do it.
We're good. You're fine. Just point it right to the camera.
I know, but I want to see the race.
Okay.
Loading them in the gate.
Okay.
You dig what I mean?
I dig.
Why don't you bring another phone here?
Get your phone.
Get your phone and show the people.
Braylon's like.
What about the people?
This is fire.
Bray, you want a piece of my horse?
But I'm behind you.
You want to buy on?
I'm behind you.
You want to buy in right now?
Nah, I pass. I pass.
Yeah, I do that. I'll do that.
But it's a little delay.
It's also a little elite.
Look at them. They're all prancing to the front.
Gosh.
So in COVID,
Oh, my stomach.
2020, where everybody's on home attention. Great. I
Random watch party.
streamed,
Come on.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Got shut down like mud.
Hey, is the chat all right with this?
Oh, the chat.
You guys all good?
They love
You guys good? We're almost done.
They love it.
Another minute, guys. Another minute.
Here we go.
Okay, they're loading up now.
Yep,
Loading
they're
up.
getting to the gate. They're getting to the gate.
Hey, watch that, man.
We're 6.
Get off my horse, man.
Have reached the starting gate.
Oh, God, I love that.
Here, man. Do you have a good jockey? Do you know who the jockey is?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He's fine. Pete, who's my jock?
Just a little guy.
We got Ramon Vasquez.
Oh, Ramon.
Come on, Ramon.
Come on, Ramon. What about Ramon?
Razor, baby. Let's go.
If he doesn't win this race, he's
Are you
going
going?
back planning
Are you going to see Ramon?
Ramon?
Here we go.
Tell him Dustin said
Here we go.
hello.
All right.
Here we go.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Pete, you gonna show the race?
Let's go.
No, I can't.
Show
I
us,
can't.
Pete.
Legal.
Show Pete.
You gotta show. You gotta show it. You don't want to block us.
Take a chance.
You don't want to block us.
Just go like that.
There
I'm
you
going
go.
ahead now. I
They're
talk
gonna
to you
hear
out to
it.
the
They're gonna hear
microphone, you know what I'm
Caldera.
saying? This thing's off the rails right
Oh
now.
my
but we're
God!
having a
Load
damn
the
good time.
horses.
It's Friday, man.
I love it. Hey,
Load them up.
First of all, you realize the viewership went up
Look.
when we started doing this.
Here we
What?
go.
We're close to
Listen.
700.
Cup. Get jazz.
Listen.
Here we go.
That was wild.
There
Listen.
you go. That's
Listen to him.
perfect, Pete.
Listen to him. Listen to him.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here comes my horse.
Here
now.
we go.
Here it comes.
Man, your horse is about to get
Come on,
smoked.
Beth.
Come on, Beth. Here we go.
We're gambling live on the air, Beth.
Beth,
Man's
come on
horse
over.
is about to get
Not
last
all of
place.
us. It's
Book it.
clear.
Find out later on.
Here we go. Our viewership has gone up, by the way.
Here we go.
Hey, shout out
They
to
are
RP.
all
He
in
said
line.
the longest
Here we go.
minute in history. Here we go.
All right, they're at the gate.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
I'm
go.
a little behind in delay here, guys.
You're a little delayed.
right.
Damn, this
Gives
reminds
him
me.
a sense.
This reminds me of me growing up in Hazel Park Raceway, man.
Oh yeah, 9 Mile DeQuinda.
Great.
9 Mile DeQuinda.
Oh, they
8 Mile
backed
DeQuinda.
someone out of the gate.
Oh, they did. They backed up, man.
They backed somebody out.
Somebody's
it's not
illegal.
6.
What's going on?
It's not.
That ain't. It's not Caldera.
Can't be killed.
Hey, we're 5-2 now, Pete. $7.
Two. Check these.
Reloading.
Horse racing.
Eric, don't.
We're getting everybody into this. You see, Bev jumped in. She jumped in, jumped out. We're up to 642
Here we
by
go.
the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, come on.
Papa Echo breaks right in stride and quickly opens up.
All right,
but Faust
Maz,
comes
you're on
on
it. Here
through.
we go.
Kalahari Dreams is their lottery win down inside with some
all
zip
right.
as well. And Speed
Hey,
King's
Pete, what type
in
of phone
behind
is
them,
that?
And Speed King is keen.
Next time you get, next time you win,
And Edgar Morales comes up on through with
next
him,
time
and they
you
take
win,
the
we give
lead.
you an
So
iPhone.
it's Speed King in front down the backstretch. Faust is racing second. Lottery win toward the inside third. Galantini far outside fourth. Kalahari Dreams right there two in fifth.
Cartier,
Morales
I
is
appreciate
racing
that
in
comment.
sixth.
Stuck on the
Caldera's
rail.
in that first flight seventh.
a
Winnebago
mailer.
is
There we
racing
go.
in eighth.
He's a boy.
And it's
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Is back in the ninth.
in the
Canisius is racing in 10th by 4.
Come on, buddy.
Great moment is at the
Come on,
back
come
as
on,
they
come on, what we
round the
got?
far turn and completely
KG, what's it
oppose
looking like
Texas
over there, man?
tailman.
No, he climbing
And
up
off the
slow.
top
He's
of the
climbing up
stretch,
slow.
and it's
Okay.
Speed King, the leader.
They coming around the
Here he
far
comes.
turn. They coming around the far turn.
Watch that gray in the middle of the
Here we
track.
go, here we
Come on,
go.
come on, come on. Yeah.
I just lost my double. Down the center, Galantini.
Come on, Caldera. Come on, Caldera.
Caldera's weaving
Come on, Caldera.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
You don't have it.
You don't have
Hold on, he might get fourth. I might get a piece. Here he comes, up the rail.
It's still Speed King in front, and it will be Speed King first by 2.5 on the wire. Upset winner over Kalahari Dreams.
Son of a
Faust and Galantini.
Maz, your horse sucks.
And there's the end of the race on the video.
Oh, Maz,
Hey,
your
it's
horse
his first
sucks.
race.
You believe it?
He got fifth.
He got fifth. Damn.
Yeah,
grade.
just outside the money.
I get a piece though. They
my God.
They pay the first 5.
Damn.
I get a piece.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I get
You
a piece. I get a piece.
I love it. Good job. That was fun. Oh, bless it.
Gosh,
All right.
darn it.
You guys
All
over
right.
here having a
Pete,
moment.
that was
Argue with
good.
the
I'm
chat.
watching the video now on delay. Pete, you did a good job with that.
Good job, Pete.
Somebody
That was
put hands on
fun.
somebody.
That was fun, gang.
Well done, guys.
That was fun. All right,
of a
guys.
gun.
Hey, let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll reset.
Take a break.
Break. We'll reset. Come back. We'll do a little college football, then get into our pick segment.
Let's get
But
it,
first,
man.
the message from us here at
Son of a
WSN. Start your pregame with us, the Woodward and Maine show, right here on Woodward Sports.
Sorry, man.
Wake up with Woodward and Maine. Terry Foster, Matt Broder, 8 a.m. to 9 on Sunday. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller, your local long drink, Sabbath Coffee, and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Then stick around for the New Holland pregame company Lions pregame show, 10 a.m. to noon. Sean Belegian and Neil Rule take you from 10 a.m. until noon. Get you ready for game day. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller, your local long drink, Sabbath Coffee, and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
And you can fuel your Lions fandom with that perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com, choose your favorite roast, use the code word Woodward, and you'll get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. We'll be right back.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah.
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, fall sports is in session right now, and you got to head to shop.woodwardsports.com and load up on some of the latest Pistons and Red Wings merch over there. Lions, obviously, they ain't going anywhere. They'll be in action all the way to mid-February. So you got to head to shop.woodwardsports.com right now and load up on some of the latest Lions gear. Get ready for Tigers for next spring. Head to shop.woodwardsports.com and get that latest Detroit sports merch. Braylon Edwards.
Yeah, we've been trying to tell you guys, excuse me, we've been trying to tell you here at Woodward Sports that Caesar Sportsbook is the sportsbook we use, and if you scan this QR code, if you go on there, if you listen to us, Ryan Ermanni got you paid last night. He told you as well as Tom Masaway that Devontae Adams was going to score a touchdown. If you'd have won on Caesars and booked it, you would have made some money. We told you about Aaron Judge home run the night before, myself and Mass. We told you about Freddie. Well, let's stop doing what we told you, and let's tell you now. Sign up, use the QR code. If you lose up to $1,000, they will replace it in bonus bets. So this is the best thing for you. Just make sure you use that code. It's Woodward 1000 all caps.
You can bet the horses on there too.
You know, the horses. you make the horse bets. I stick with what I know. You stick with what you know. I won't get anybody in trouble. I pick the horse with the best name.
Absolutely, guys. Welcome back. I just want to touch on a little college football for the next couple of minutes before we get to our pick segment momentarily. I asked a couple of fill in the blank questions that we skimmed through. Michigan and Oregon this week from the Big House. Does Michigan have any chance? Michigan will blank Oregon. Michigan will blank Oregon. My answer to this was get trucked by. Michigan will get trucked by Oregon. I just don't believe in this football team at all, and I think this one could get ugly. That's what I feel about this game. This game, more than any other game on the schedule, to me concerns me more than anything. Right?
Always be leery when you're playing a team that at home that's not perceived to be good. Always be leery of that because you're coming in from Oregon. You're coming in 3 time zones over. You're thinking this team is a pushover. You're thinking this team is not what they once were, and you come in there with that easy energy. You get behind and you put yourself in a situation. Look, we know Oregon's a better team. I'm not blowing smoke. They're a much better team. Dylan Gabriel's on his way to contend for the Heisman and possibly win it. I'm just saying be very wary of that energy. 3 time zones over, getting used to what time it is here. 3:30 here, it's 12:30 back at Oregon.
You know what time it is.
They're going to lose, but I would say they'll surprise Oregon. I think surprise. And it's not because I'm a homer. I just know what it is to play in games like this, man. When you're coming over 3 time zones, you're playing a team that's nowhere near as good as you are. But they're a name, but they're a school, but they're 115,000. So they'll surprise them, but Michigan loses by 14.
That's the spread.
14,
14 and a half. Michigan will hang in there with Oregon.
Okay.
They'll eventually lose this game, but I believe they'll play harder than they played against Texas. And Michigan State hung with this team. There's no reason Michigan can't hang with this team. I say they'll be there. And I think they cover this weekend. I think they lose by less than 14.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't in good conscience say they'll win this game, but I will say Michigan will cover the spread in this game. 14, it's just a little too steep. The defense is still good. They will give the Oregon a test, but ultimately I do feel Oregon wins this
Went
game.
from national titles to covering spreads.
It's crazy. Crazy, ain't it?
I think Michigan will
Let me not get mad
hang with Oregon, hang but lose to Oregon because I really think that Michigan's defense will – I think surprise you. I think they will force a few Oregon turnovers. So I think Michigan will hang but lose to Oregon.
Michigan State plays Indiana. The Fighting Hoosiers are still unbeaten.
I'll be there.
This game is in East Lansing. Michigan State will blank Indiana. I'll use the same one. Get trucked by Indiana.
Knew that was
so
coming.
that's my phrase for both. Michigan will get trucked by Oregon. Michigan State will get trucked by Indiana.
Yeah, I think Michigan's the same. I think they'll get trucked by Oregon. I don't think Michigan State has really had that game this year. Maybe Ohio State. They're not a good football team. But I don't think you've seen that game where you really have seen that they're not a good football team, although they lost to Michigan. So I think this would be the game. Indiana's no gimmicks. Like, Indiana isn't a gimmick team. They're not out here doing trick plays. They're not out here with some high-powered 5 wide receiver sets and RPOs. They are a physical football team on offense and defense. They run the ball almost as good as any team in the country. 2, 3 really good running backs. They're going to run all over Michigan State. It may be a 35-17 game, but you're going to see the damage that Michigan State takes in this game.
Last year, Washington came in and literally trounced Michigan State. I was at that game. I'll be at this one because it's Parents' Weekend. So I'm going to be there, and I'm going to think the same will happen. I think Michigan State will lose to Indiana and lose decisively. Indiana is one of the best teams in the country. I think they make the playoff.
Yeah, Indiana had an easy schedule, but I agree with Maz. They will lose to Indiana, and until Michigan State's quarterback, Aiden Child, stops turning over the ball, they will continue to lose.
This is the greatest show that Indiana has ever seen. They average 46.5 points per game. Give me Indiana to just truck them, as you say, Ryan.
All right, last one here, guys. Penn State, Ohio State this weekend. It's the biggest college football game of the weekend. Ohio State is a favorite.
Drew Aller's playing.
Drew Aller is playing. Who has? I'll ask the question. Blank will win Penn State Ohio State game, but aside from that, who has the most pressure on them? Because even though James Franklin has not beaten Ohio State, I believe I think it's like 5 straight. Ryan Day's won or something like that.
7.
I think all of the pressure is on Ryan Day and Ohio State. All of it.
Yeah, it's the same answer for both. It's Ohio State's going to win, and there's more pressure on Ryan Day. Ryan Day, at the beginning of this year, got $20 million in the offseason for this team. They gave him everything that he could need so that he can get over the hump. He has not been able to get over the hump. He has not been able to win the big game in Columbus, and people are down there. They're tired of it. They're tired of it, frankly. This is the game, and this is the rivalry, so all the pressure relies on them. They can't win in the big moment. James Franklin is what he is. You know he's not going to beat Ohio State. You know he's not going to be the big team when the lights are on. You know that's not what Penn State football is, but they already paid him. But before James Franklin got there, who was doing anything better? James Franklin isn't worried about losing his job no time soon. They paid him. He'll be there. He does not win under the major lights, and they knew that when they paid him. All on Ryan Day.
Is this at Beaver Stadium?
It's at Beaver Stadium.
I think Penn State wins their first big game.
Wow.
Under James Franklin. I think all the pressure is on Ohio State, and I think they lose a tough one like they lost to Oregon. I think it's a 3-point game or less.
Yeah, you're right. Ryan Day may not be through the season.
No, he'll still beat Michigan.
He may not be through the season.
I think Michigan's going to beat Ohio State this year.
Come on, right?
I do.
Yeah, I cannot once again in good conscience take Penn State just based off history, but all of the pressure is on Ohio State. Make no mistake. They already dropped one to Oregon that they really should have won, and they are suspect, man. Like, something ain't right over there. I've said it all year. You can't just take all this good collection of talent and pay for it and think it's going to work. So I expect them to win, but pressure is on them going forward.
There is a little bit of pressure on James Franklin. And what I mean by that,
a little bit, yeah.
You look at that schedule this year, man. Like Penn State had the prototypical schedule for the team that they have for James Franklin. They don't play everybody in the Big Ten. They don't have to worry about some of the powerhouses that Ohio State and Michigan had to worry about. This is the schedule if they want to get to where they want to be, and I think this may be the last time that they're put in this position. So there is some pressure there for James Franklin, and it's at home. It's the whiteout. Like, this is where they choose to thrive. So there's some pressure on James Franklin, just way more on Ryan Day.
I don't trust any Franklin-led Penn State teams. I think Braylon's absolutely correct. I think, Maz, you do have a point. If they are going to get a win over Ohio State, this would be the Saturday. But if I'm a Penn State alumni, and thank God I'm not, I would probably be on the phone very, very quickly with the head of alumni, the board, if Franklin loses this game. You got to have a coach to beat Ohio State. If you're going to win the Big Ten and you want to be a Big Ten team, then you got to beat the big teams in your conference, and Franklin has yet to prove that.
Yeah.
Way to go, Pete. All right, guys, get ready. It's our pick segment. We're going to do that next. But first, a message from the postgame show here at WSN.
It's Anson in the Stick, and it's right after the Lions get their W's. Look, we want you to be a part of the show. You call in or you comment, you jump in the chat, much like you're doing right now. And if you don't want to do that, if you want to be actually in the building, well, they shoot live at Hayes Social every Sunday following the game. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, we appreciate you, as well as Soroki's for being the partners that get this watch party going. Our post-game show is the truth, man. We're number one sports show, number one sports network in the state. Why don't you pull up and find out why?
Oh,
sorry, Kenny, my bad.
No, you all good. I'm wondering, like, why is he tapping the glass? But I am here to tell you about New Holland Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company, made right here in the great state of Michigan. And listen, man, this thing is crack. I don't know what they putting in there. Well, I do know some of the stuff they put in there. Made with all natural ingredients. You got small batch gin. You got 100% grapefruit for a fresh and delicious flavor, man. These things are addictive. Go get yours today. Taller is your local long drink.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
And coming up on Sunday, November 17th, you can join Woodward Sports at Detroit's very own second best bar, located at 42 Watson Street, for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at the second best bar. Come get some.
Hey guys, let me tell you about KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10 plus years of experience, 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen right now or call 248-971-0476. 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
Yes, they do.
Hey, we got a super chat. Want to thank Jordan Leinart for giving us some money to say, hey, it's true about Franklin. But what big games has charming soft day one? Just saying. So
That's right.
Thank you, Jordan, for agreeing with the gang, man.
All
that
right.
time, man. It's
Here
that
we go.
time.
We've got some picks. It's our Caesar Sportsbook Picks of the Week. Tom Mazaway, have at it.
All right, let's go. You can see the bottom bar. Pete's got the scroll going. Kenny G still leading us.
You lead dog, baby.
I can
wins.
barely read that.
Oh, here, sorry.
37 wins.
Barely read that.
I've got 32. Braylon 28. Ryan got 24. And Pete's got 23. So we're all starting to get together. Pete's like a Caldera right now.
I won last
Pete, you're like Caldera, my horse, who finished 5th out of 12. Anyway, let's get rolling, right?
Let's do it.
Number 9. You believe this?
Unbelievable.
Week 9?
Where does it go?
Let's start it off with the Cowboys.
Yuck.
What's happening with the Cowboys? They are
what
in
always
Atlanta
happens?
against the Falcons, who lead the AFC, make that the NFC South. The Falcons are a 3-point home favorite, Ryan.
I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are going to make a little bit of a run here. So I'm going to go with Dallas.
All right, Bray.
Falcons. I disagree.
Yeah, come on, Ryan.
Cowboys were dead in the water before the season started. Going with Kirk Cousins.
Peter.
I am going also with Braylon. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Falcons minus the 3 there, Tommy. Over to Kenny G.
Kenny?
Ryan, I expect better out of you. Falcons all the way.
Okay.
Tommy?
I think Maz is going Cowboys.
Now give me the ATL.
All right.
Yeah.
Chance for me to pick one up
There's your
on you
chance to
guys.
pick one up.
Chance for me to pick one
Game
up on
number
you
2.
guys.
Broncos at the questionable Ravens. Ravens coming off a loss.
Lost. The Cleveland Browns.
That's right. Cleveland beat them. Ravens at home, favored by 8.5, Braylon.
They'll win by 14.
Yeah, that's a bounce back.
They lost to the Cleveland Browns. They shouldn't have lost. Like, I don't have to say much. Payback.
Pete?
I agree on the payback, but I'm also kind of watching out for those late garbage touchdowns. Give me the Broncos plus 8.5.
Oh, the Denver Broncos. I'll take the Ravens as well.
I'm going Baltimore as well.
And the dollar bid goes to Kenny.
I will go Ravens, man. It's a big spread, but it's a bounce back week
Who's
for the
got
Ravens.
the Broncos? Pete? Okay,
Yeah.
Pete, you got a shot to pick up a game. Here we go. Game number 3. First one in our division. The Bears at the Arizona Cardinals. Bears coming off that shocker at Washington on the tip drill. The Cardinals coming off 2 straight wins by a field goal at the wire, and they are favored by 1.5 points. I'll go first, and give me the Bears. I think the Bears come back. If they lose this game, I think they go down the drain. Kenny.
And they will lose this game and go down the drain. Give me the Cardinals, baby, all the way.
Ryan.
I'm going Arizona in this one. I just the Kyler Murray matchup against the Chicago Bears defense I do not like, but something tells me Arizona at home.
They're playing good.
I would, just in full disclosure, I would stay away from this game with a 10-foot
I'm trying to
pole,
tell you.
But just by picking it, I would absolutely pick the Cardinals.
Right.
Give me the Cards. You know, it's something about the Hail Mary, how that thing played out, the defensive player, the whole 9 yards. It just was not a good look for the Chicago Bears, and I think that's a game that costs you 2. And they're on the road.
Yeah.
A couple time zones over. Arizona's a hard place to play, so.
And they're a
Cards.
tough team, man.
Go ahead, Pete.
I tell you what, I do like
Dollar
how
bid.
Arizona is looking this season. I think that their year is coming up next year, but the Bears are coming from the best division in football. Give me the Bears at plus 1.5, Maz.
All righty. Here we go. Let's go out to the NFC West. Rams at the Seahawks. I told you earlier today, Puka Nacua got hurt in practice. He is questionable, might even be doubtful. Don't know yet, but the spread has not changed. Seahawks, a 1.5 point favorite at home. Kenny.
Yeah, the Rams made it this far without Puka. They'll be fine. Give me the Rams to cover that.
Ryan.
I'm going to go with the Rams. I think this is Puka or not. I'm going Rams all the way.
Ray.
The Seahawks not a bad pick, though. It's not.
And I'm trying to pick up a game on you guys, man. I'm going to go with my own team at home, the Seahawks. I think they got to put one together. Matt Stafford typically does not play good against the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks.
Pete?
You got 2 real good running backs going against each other in this game, but I think that Braylon is absolutely correct, and I think that it's going to be the Seahawks at home. Give me the minus 1.5, Tommy.
Seattle's the worst team
So
against the run.
who do you go with? LAR?
I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks at minus 1.5.
Rams.
Too late.
Seahawks are the worst against the run. Rams are my new team now because I've told you I believe in them. Give me the Rams to wallop Seattle. In Seattle.
I want to change my pick.
Yeah, want to change it?
Nah, I'll stick with it.
Okay. Bro, you got them all?
Yep.
Here we go. 3 more to go. The Jags at the Eagles. Philadelphia playing good. Jags finally got a win. Who's going to win this one? Eagles favored by 7.5. We'll go to you, Rye.
I'm going to go with Philadelphia in this one, although I don't like this game either. I don't
like any of these games.
I don't either. I like the Rams, and I like Dallas for some reason. But I'll go with Philadelphia. Something about these big favorites. Going with the big favorites.
7.5, Bray to you.
Philly wins, but they don't cover the spread. I'm going to go with the Jags on the spread, but I think Philly wins. I think the Jags lose by 3. I'm going to take Philly with the win, Jags on the spread.
I was thinking that, Bray. I was, but no Christian Kirk for the Jags. And I think
he's
that's
out for the year.
That's a big blow for them.
I haven't heard his name in 3 years.
No, that's a fact.
I ain't heard his name in 3 years.
No, that's a fact.
That's funny.
It's the truth.
Man.
$24 million later.
$24 million.
All right, me and Bray going down with the ship. They gonna find a way to cover
There
that
you
7.5.
go. Come on to the black side.
Yeah,
He's got the Jags too then. All right. I'm going to take
Eagles money line.
Pete, I'm going to give you the dollar bet. I'm going to take the Eagles. I don't like this game. Yeah. I got to pick somebody. Jalen Hurts is getting going. I'll take the Eagles. Go ahead, Pete.
Eagles Guys, second half football is now underway, and the Eagles are going to be probably in the NFC Championship game, and this will be the game where they are just going to truck the Jaguars using the that's like the secret word, Pee Wee Herman's secret word today, truck. Yay!
Hey,
so I think that the Eagles will cover the 7.5 right, guys.
Very good.
The Sunday night game. It's the Colts in Minneapolis, where there's snow on the ground already, but they play in the dome.
Going.
The Vikings are favored by the number 5, not 5.5, but 5. Braylon.
Money line. COLTS's. Going with the Baltimore Colts on the money line.
Right.
You like that? I did that just for
I
Max.
like the Baltimore
There you
reference.
go.
Pete.
At least Bray, said it correctly. The Baltimore Colts. I'm on the Bray bandwagon. Baltimore Colts. They're gonna steal a win at midnight, baby.
Give me the purple gang. Come on, man.
You crazy.
Go ahead, Kenny.
This is the beginning of the end of the Vikings. Hey, man. Give me the Colts, baby. Let's get it.
Go.
Joe Flacco.
I said it earlier in the show. This was my game.
You did.
I go Indy.
Yes, sir.
That's
Mr.
right,
Flacco for the win.
Hell, I might drop to 4th place after this week. I'm all alone again. And finally, we all know what this one is. It's Lions
Good, I need Mad
at
Dog.
the Packers. I made it a flat 3-point spread. I guess I'll go first. Give me the Lions by 4. So give me the Lions and give it a number. Pete.
You want to be a Super Bowl winning team? Then beat the teams that are in your way. Lions will win this game by 10 points. Braylon Edwards.
Nope, not Braylon yet.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
It's okay, buddy. They're the last 2.
Sorry, buddy.
Kenny.
Forward down the field. Give me the Lions, baby. They covering that.
Why do we even come to you? You know you pick them every week.
You know, hey, am I not your lead dog?
Braylon.
When we started the season off, we did our prediction. This is one of the Lions' losses that I had, so I'm going to stick with it. I think that the Packers cover spread, and I think the Packers might win this one.
I'm going to go Detroit, obviously.
Detroit.
Kind of a reminiscent of last year's game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think Detroit wins. I don't think Detroit's going to be able to stop them, especially with Josh Pascal on. I do not think Detroit is going to stop them at all. So I think this is a higher-scoring game, just like I thought the Minnesota-Detroit game would be a high-scoring game. I think Detroit scores more points than them, but I feel like it's a 38-31 game. Big league stuff over here.
I can't say it's all Detroit here because the Braylon took Green Bay, but there you go.
Detroit.
There's our picks of the week, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook.
Hey, did you guys see earlier this morning Mike Tannenbaum's trade offer?
Yes,
that he had.
I didn't even put a comment down.
It was so ridiculous
It was
to me.
so ridiculous.
And it wasn't the draft picks that were ridiculous. It was the Jahmyr Gibbs throw in. It was 3 first-round picks, Jahmyr Gibbs,
and a second
for Myles Garrett.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard.
So I saw earlier today, and
this is the guy that got rid of you.
This your GM, man.
He got rid of my black ass.
Yeah,
so
right.
At the end of the day, I was like, this is par for the course. He says a lot of good things. We've had him on the show. He's a friend of the show. You just don't have to agree with everything, and this is asinine. Like, to be honest, you know what happens? When you get on these yelling shows that Maz likes to call them, you get on the yelling shows and screaming. Everybody's
Stop
at the deck.
screaming at me.
Everybody's trying to get their point across. Sometimes, Ryan, you say some BS. And then what happens? You're on live TV. Now you got to double down on that BS. And I just think once it came out, he realized what he said, and I think he doubled down on it. I said something about Ndamukong Suh when I was on First Take in 2014, and as the comment was coming out of my mouth,
oh God,
I was like, all right, and now you got to stand on it. So I had to stand on it. It was talking about his leadership and him not wanting to be in Detroit, but I didn't know that. That was an assumption, and it ended up happening that way. Sometimes you get on those shows, something comes out, and now you have the choice. Can I backtrack that? Can I take that back? Nobody ever says, let me take that back.
Right.
And I think that's where he got stuck. It was a dumb comment from an individual that's not dumb. He had a bad moment, and it's going to cost him in the next 3-4 weeks, but he'll forget about it.
Ryan Clark walked off the set.
Did he?
Yeah.
I know, people, I would say, Mike Tannenbaum and probably all vicious, like, you suck, you don't know what you're talking about. But you know what's so great about this business? If you understand the business, you say some dumb stuff, and look, every show is talking about it. Every single person is talking about it. It's what the kids call today clickbait, and we all take it for any topic. But it is really, now I don't know if he meant to do it this way or not, but it is genius. When you talk about engagement, when you talk about this, when you talk about that, it really truly is a way to become or stay or get relevant. It absolutely is. That show First Take's been over for 12 hours now, or 10 hours.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about it. Did you see what Mike Tannenbaum said?
Yeah.
Every social media post. And a lot of them are so mean, and
it gets back to Detroit.
They get nasty. And, you fired. You suck. No wonder you fired. You
Look
suck.
what they called me on the chat.
I know. And like
Packers,
people don't
Vikings,
understand.
I think forget it.
This is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. It's on purpose.
It's like so dumb how vicious people get.
There's a world at the end of the day, and you look at it, I mean, you know the type of player that Myles Garrett is. You put him on that defense, that changes the complexity of this defense. That makes them the number one team in the NFL. You get rid of Jahmyr Gibbs, you still have Dave Montgomery, you still have one of the best offenses in the league. So I think he's trying to pattern it after that, if you will. I disagree wholeheartedly, but I can understand how you can make that, because it's about right now, it's about the moment. And if it's Super Bowls, you win this year in the Super Bowl, you still have Myles Garrett, and you still have a future, I guess.
How old is Myles Garrett?
This is year 8 for him.
Oh, no thanks.
So about 30.
Okay.
Roughly, right?
Oh, I think he's wise, probably around. Let me see.
I think he's a little younger than that.
I've been wanting to play this sound all
probably
week.
Like 28.
This was Monday after the Bears lost that game at Washington. We go to ESPN Chicago, ESPN 1000, and Matt Eberflus is on the horn with these two morning jocks, and they ask him, hey, did you ever think of calling a timeout before that play? Here it is.
Why no timeout before the Hail Mary to make sure we had the right setup in there, get the guy like Tyreek? That would never have happened then. Putting somebody back there with more height.
Yeah, we didn't need the timeout there, guys. We were all set. We just didn't execute. Okay, so we have guys that are assigned to be the guy that knocks the ball down, and we have other guys that are assigned to have guys box out, and we didn't box out all the players like we were supposed to. It was all about execution. We got to do a better job of that. Focusing on that last play. We'd be singing a different sheet of music right now.
Coach, I got to disagree with you here. We were not all set because Tyreek Stevenson's off in a freaking corner yelling at fans. And when you watch that video, I guarantee your blood was boiling. Because if it wasn't, I don't understand it.
I'll just tell you this. I said it in the first comment that we have to do a good job of focusing, wiring in on every snap, alignment, assignment, key technique, and doing our jobs. And Tyreek also said that.
In hindsight, obviously, calling a timeout would have been the right thing to do, in hindsight.
Yeah.
But as a head coach, I don't think you're thinking to yourself that I have to call a timeout to make sure my players aren't jawing during the play at the audience, at the crowd.
He couldn't have seen Stevenson over there because I think it was the opposite sideline. He could not have seen that the Stevenson wasn't even with the team when the play was hyped, which was amazing because you saw how much time Daniels had. He had about 18 seconds rolling around. So he caught up, but his job was to take out the receiver in the back. Instead, he went up and did the tip. So he not only screwed up the beginning of the play, he made the tip, this guy. And he apologized wholeheartedly. But you know what, man? it's too late.
Yeah. I just don't know what you like. Sure, the head coach. You cannot blame the head coach for a player on the field, John at the other team and in the sideline, like during the play. When have you ever seen a player on the field with their back to the quarterback, their back to the play?
Never.
I can't remember a time where a player on the field had his back to the play. I just don't think that's on the head coach. Now, the head coach will probably pay for it at the end of the year because they're not going to make the playoffs by one game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you put that on the coach.
His record in close games is abysmal. His record against good teams is abysmal. Now, I always bring up Bill Parcells because they wanted to fire him in year 2, but they let him go. George Young said, let him be. And then LT came to the rescue, and the rest is history.
Awesome.
He saved Parcells bacon, and that was a hell of a team. But the Bears, Stevenson needs a couple interceptions this weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys. Bray, get us out of here.
I like that. Have a great weekend. We had a great week with you guys, man. We appreciate the support. How about Maz navigating the way through, what cup was it? The Breeders' Cup?
No, not yet. Breeders' Cup's coming up, but that was
up.
my horse ran at Churchill Downs today. I got a little percentage. Caldera, watch out for him.
Yes, sir. Road to the Derby starts here.
That's right.
It starts here on Woodward Sports. Look, go Lions. Lions, they're going against a team in Green Bay. It should be fun. Have a good week. Enjoy the weather, because next week it's going to get cold. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.